Hey guys, Sloth here, and today we are going to be learning about cells. Click. Okay, so what is a cell? All living things are made of cells like birds, worms, bears, you and me. That's what keeps us together. Without cells, we wouldn't be alive because cells make tissues and tissues make organs, and organs make organ systems, and organ systems make us and other complex life forms. And here are just some pictures of a cell. This animal cell, also animal cell. And next slide. What is a cell's function? A cell's goal is to live, grow, and repopulate. The functions needed for this is to get oxygen, food, and water. Also to dispose of waste. For example, cells in your digestive system absorb foods and proteins. In the 1600s, people didn't think cells existed because they couldn't see them, but there were early microscopes, and people started to conduct a theory. The cell theory is a widely accepted theory that people have found a connection to cells in living things. Seeing cells. You can see cells through a school microscope at no cost for you, or you could buy your own microscope to see the cells. In order to see cells, you have to have at least 400 times the sight of a human being. Here is probably a virus, and this is a cell duplicating into two daughter cells. Microscopes. In 1590, Hans and Zacharias Janssen made the first microscope by putting two lenses in a tube that was only 6 times human eyesight. In 1903, Richard Zsigmondy develops the ultra microscope, and it is able to study objects below the wavelength of light. Now we have telescopes that can go up to 100 times the human eyesight, and they don't use lenses, but are called electron microscopes. This is an example of one right here, and this is one of the older microscopes, if you can see that. What is a cell wall? Well, a cell wall is the outside of a plant cell that is used to protect the cell and can let H2O, which is water, and O2 to pass through the cell to help the organism and cell grow. This is a cell wall and a literal cell, and then this is just analogy. Click. What is a cell membrane? A cell membrane is the part of a cell that is located all around the cell. It's the fluid-like substance in the middle of each cell that is used for support and protection of the cell. It also controls movement of things going in and out of the cell, but can also be used as a barrier for the cell to the outside world. What is the nucleus thing about? A nucleus is usually located near the middle of the cell and is like the brain of the cell because it controls what's happening in the cell and is in both plant and animal cells. Earth. Okay. Click. What is a nuclear membrane? A nuclear membrane is the thing that surrounds the nucleus and controls what goes into the nucleus and what comes out of the nucleus, like proteins and whatnot. This is nuclear membrane, the outside part, the part that my laser pointer is going over right now. And then this is just something I made from the edit options in Google Drive. What is cytoplasm? Cytoplasm is like a jelly that suspends things in the cell to float around and to get to where they're needed. It is also used to protect the cell organelles inside the cell. Cytoplasm. What is soft ER? Soft ER stands for endoplasmic reticulum and is in both plant and animal cells and is like a network of tubes or membranes. It is used to carry materials through cells. Rough ER is in both plant and animal cells, and it is almost exactly alike the normal endoplasmic reticulum, but it has more rhizomes. In fact, the smooth ER has no rhizomes, but in the rough ER does, therefore getting the name rough ER, because it's rough. What is a mitochondrion? A mitochondrion is the powerhouse of the cell. There are always 2 mitochondria in the cell. Their job is to break down sugars and make them into energies for the cell. This is just a cool picture. It's not like the actual in a cell because there's too many to be in a cell. And then this is a diagram. The only clear one that I think I could find in the entire slide. What are rhizomes? Rhizomes are the little blue things in the rough ER. The rhizomes produce proteins for the cell. See the little dots. What is a large vacuole? A large vacuole is an organelle that is much larger in plant cells than in animal cells. Its job is to store water and food for the cell, and they get much larger when the cell stops growing. They're also a lot bigger in plant cells, because this is how big it is in a plant cell, and than it is in an actual animal cell. And, well, that's cells for you. Well, hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.